Probably the most underrated piece of gear that people don't do a lot of research on, mainly because it's not something cool and exciting or anything like that. But I've gotten really excited of the most recent purchase that I got, and that is a low profile boom arm. I've gone through so many scissor style boom arms trying to find the perfect one, but never found the perfect one. They were either too long or too short, and then they got in the way. They never fold up and get out of your way when you don't need them. But the Fifine low profile boom arm solves all those issues. So let's take a look at it. So I've been using the Fifine low profile boom arm for several weeks now, and it has been a game changer. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what you get in the box. You do get some instructions with different ways to mount it. You do get the desk mount right here, which is mostly metal, and then you got this piece right here that is plastic. The rest of it here is metal though. And then you get 3 different adapters plus your ball head and an Allen wrench. The boom arm itself is made of all metal. The only plastic piece on here are these covers for the cable management that just slide on and off. So you're going to hide your cables in here. And then the arrow will tell you which way to move it forward. And then you do the same thing back here. So you do have several areas where you're going to run the wire through for great cable management. And depending on where you measure the arm, so if you measure from this end to about right here, you're looking at about 11.5 inches or so. If you go from here all the way to the end, or from here all the way to this end, you're about 13 inches, give or take. And then the overall length from end to end, fully extended, is a little over 27 inches. Setting up this boom arm is super easy, and it will fit desks up to 2.5 inches thick. So plenty of options out there, even if you have those butcher block desks like I have here, still plenty of room to mount those. Once that's set up, all you have to do is insert the boom arm into the desk mount itself, install the ball head mount, then put your microphone on there, and then you can run your XLR cable through the cable management systems, which that is another thing I really like about this, is that cable management, because all of those other boom arms, you just have the cables that are on top or the bottom, and they're always showing kind of in the way, where this, you don't even see the XLR cable at all, except for a couple areas right here where you have to maneuver it. But other than that, it is a clean, minimal setup. And I love the fact that this has that ball mount on the end to attach your microphone to, because there are so many times where I tried to use this Lewitt LCT240 Pro on a scissor boom arm. And if I had the boom arm coming in from the side and had this mounted, there was no way for me to turn it right to where it'd be directly in front of my face like this, just because you're limited on an up and down rotation on those things. Whereas with this ball head, you have a lot more adjustability no matter what microphone you have to get it the way you want. So I'm able to finally use this microphone as intended in front of me, whereas I couldn't on those other boom arms. So that is awesome that they thought about that. And then it also comes with those 3 adapters. So no matter what thread size your microphone is, you'll be set with this boom arm. So continuing with the flexibility of this boom arm, aside from that ball head, which is super awesome, it also rotates 360 degrees at the base, and then another 360 degrees in the middle section of the boom arm. So what I like about this is no matter where you have it, if you need that fully extended reach to 27 inches, it will come all the way out there. But if you're in a little bit tighter spot, these arms fold into each other to make a more compact space. And then the arm that actually attaches to the microphone raises up and down, which was a huge thing for me because there are a lot of other low profile boom arms that I've seen out there where this arm is not adjustable. So that really limits you on use. So if you are a gamer or somebody that still needs to use your keyboard, you can raise this boom arm a little bit and get it out of the way. And to me, that is awesome. So that makes the flexibility adjustment of this arm definitely a game changer. There are several different areas on the boom arm where you can adjust the spring tension in both the desk mount and then in the middle here. All you do is take the included Allen key and you can loosen or tighten the spring in there depending on the weight of your microphone and how easy you want the boom arm to move. And then you also obviously have the knob up here towards the front where the boom arm mounts, and you can adjust the microphone that way. Like I said earlier, I did replace all of my boom arms that I had, got rid of all the scissor ones, and used the low profile one. So let's go ahead and jump over to this main podcast table back here and see what it looks like. So we are over at my main podcast setup, and as you can see, I usually have a co-host, but for you guys, I did a crazy super scientific experiment and cloned myself. How's it going, Keith? Not too bad. How about you? I kind of feel like I have a splitting headache. But anyway, this is normally what we sit at, and you can see I replaced our normal scissor arms with these low profile boom arms, and they have no problems. Right now, I am using the Shure SM7B. and I'm using the Rode Pod mic. So weight shouldn't be an issue on your microphone unless you're using a super heavy one. These will hold up to about 3.3 pounds, so most of your microphones. I think the only one I have that it will not fit is the Neat King B2, which is a gigantic heavy microphone, but pretty much every microphone that I've tried out has been able to work on these low profile boom arms. The only issue that we would run into is depending on how this mic was set up, it would block the face of the person that was talking into it. But with these low profile boom arms, that is not an issue. Well, there you have it from my creepy duplication over there. Weight is not an issue. As long as you don't exceed that 3.3 pounds, it will hold any microphone. I was really concerned with the Rode Pod mic because that is a little bit on the heavier side, but I've had no issues with that microphone or any other one I've had so far. So I don't know what else to say about this boom arm other than it's awesome and I highly recommend it. I'll post a link to it in the description below where you can find it on Amazon. The MSRP is about $60, so that is a lot cheaper than some of the other low profile boom arms out there that don't have all these same features. So definitely a piece of gear that's not the most exciting piece of gear to talk about, but I was really excited about this and the fact that it solved all my problems that I had with those scissor style boom arms. Definitely wanted to give you guys all the pros. Again, I don't think I have come up with anything negative on this thing. All the pros are basically it's an all metal, so not a whole lot of plastic on the main arm other than the pieces that slide for your cable management. So the cable management is another pro. The desk clamp and the fact that it sits on top of the desk where it mounts to the boom arm is another one. And then probably the biggest for me is the ball head attachment that it comes with, because I don't know why the other ones don't do it, maybe to cut costs or something. But not every microphone fits on those correctly. So the fact that this comes with a ball head attachment plus 3 adapters is another pro, and all of that for $60. You really can't beat that, especially compared to the price of some other competitors out there for their low profile boom arms that don't necessarily have all the same features. So if you guys found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified when we come out with more videos like this. If you guys want some more information on that podcast setup that I have back there, go ahead and check out this video up here where I go over my entire setup and all the gear I use. See you in that video over there.